Hello, myself Sunil Ramkrishna. Here basically we are discussing with another topic, that is city creation. In city creation, basically we are discussing this topic about the bad task. One of the person told that bad task actually means what? Bad task means gande task, means bad stuff, mafia groups. Basically. So one of the person told that what is the bad things basically happened in India basically, the worst bad thing basically. Then one of the person told that bad thing basically which was happened, that was 93 bomb blast. That was the maximum bad basically which was happened. There was actually I think some 9 or 10 basically blast basically was happened in Mumbai city. And that has given one name as a terror attack basically. And that was the most bad thing basically which was happened. This is record actually. In India basically, this is record that 93 bomb blast was the bad task basically which happened in the Mumbai. In that basically, how many people basically died? Maximum basically we can say 300 people died. So that basically has given as a name as a terror attack basically, that is the mafia groups basically. Then one of the person told that the India-Pakistan war has happened. The India-China war has happened. There people basically, how many people basically died? There basically lakhs of people basically died. There basically more than 1 lakh people has died now basically. So who actually killed more people basically? That basically is the topic basically. That is the bad task. Or bad task basically. 93 bomb blast. How many people died? 93 bomb blast, I think some 11 blast, 11 in 9 or 11, 10 we will take. 10 blast happened. In this, how many people died? I think 300 people. 300 peoples died. And this has given as a terrorist attack. See basically, I think. What actually the world is, that basically you see basically. And what is the Hindustan basically, that also you see basically. That is given as a name as a terror attack basically, right? That is thing basically. In this, the person basically who was involved, that was I think some mafia groups basically. That basically assume that basically we will take as a name as a mafia group basically, mafia groups. This is one thing basically. Now basically the other side see basically, bad task basically. India, Pak, India, China, war has happened. Here basically how many people died? More than 1 lakh people died. 1 lakh people, more than 1 lakh people died. This is one side and that is another side basically. So see, these things are basically are connecting basically. How, what actually the system is and what is the Hindustan, that basically we see. And this is not about the only India basically, it's across the world basically system is like this only basically. Across the world the system is like this only basically. And these both are basically connecting to what? These both are connecting to what? Bad task. So this basically we will divide like this. One of the person told that India, Pak, China basically war happened. 1 lakh people basically died. And here 93 bomb blast. More than 10 blast was happened I think. 10 I think more, 10 or 11 basically, I don't know. 10 blast, assume that basically 10 blast was happened. This was the maximum terror attack basically which was happened in Hindustan. There basically more than 300 people basically died. And this has given as a name as a terrorist attack. This is one thing basically. And another side basically, 1 lakh people basically died, which was basically killed by Indian army And in this, the people who died basically was Pakistani group and Chinese group basically. And in this, Indian group also basically died. So that basically count I have given as a 1 lakh. Here basically see the differences in each and everything basically, system what is and what are the stuffs basically that you see. So one of the person told that in this more people basically were died basically. 93 bomb blasts basically, 300 people basically died. Here basically more than 1 lakh people has died basically. So one of the person told that who is bad basically. Then one of the person told that army groups basically are very bad basically. They basically are very bad basically. They basically killed more than 1 lakh people basically. Here basically 93 bomb blasts, how many people basically died? That is basically 300 people. Here basically the personal enemy was there, and here also it's a personal enemy of the country basically. They say that basically Pakistanis are not good, Chinese people are not good. Chinese say that basically India is not good. Pakistan say that basically Indian people are not good. Like this basically they fighted and they basically killed more than 1 lakh people. Here basically one of the mafia group basically says that Mumbai is not good, Marathi groups are basically not good, and Gujarati groups are not good, and Malayali groups are not good, Bengali groups are not good. So he basically done the bomb blast, 93 bomb blast. In this I think 10 blasts happened basically. In this 300 people basically died. This is also personal enemy basically. But here personal enemy, both side basically is a personal enemy. Here person basically is having the personal enemy, and here the country is basically having the personal enemy. But one side basically is personal enemy only. One person basically assume that basically one person basically given the resume to Accenture basically. Two person basically given the resume to Accenture basically. One person basically given through reference of army group. See basically the stuffs are connecting basically. One person given resume to Accenture software company with the reference of army groups, whatever army basically, India army, Chinese army, Indian, Pakistan army, armies are one. So they basically he's given the this. Here basically one person given the resume to Accenture software company with the reference of mafia groups. So what will be the chances of getting job to whom basically? One person told that the legal groups and the company says that basically the army groups are going to get the job first basically, because they are connected with the countries and the legal things basically. Here mafia groups basically say mafia groups are basically not connected with the legal thing, they are basically connected with the illegal activities. But here the main thing is the more people basically killed was by army groups, that is more than 1 lakh people. Here basically this group basically killed 300 people basically. But here the person who is going to get the job basically, he will be the army group, not the mafia group reference person basically, not the reference of mafia group person basically. So the reference of mafia group basically is not going to get job basically. Why? Because he is basically came from the mafia industry basically. His biodata came from the mafia group basically. But if his biodata will come to through army group, then he is going to get more chance basically. But here the thing was more people basically was killed by the army group basically. So that basically company don't see basically. Here the company say that basically army groups are good and mafia groups are bad basically. So that topic is the thing basically which is connected with the bad task. In next video basically we are going to see that.